Yay, we have a driver out on track.
Oh, by the
It's
way,
Sambo.
Cringe undeafened
Yeah.
without telling us. So we're
Oh,
on stream now, I think.
oh, hello, hello,
So
hello.
so hi everyone. We're in round 3 in Zandvoort today, and we're starting off with wet Q1. And I guess we're gonna watch whoever's out on track first, which I forgot to get my track map. Hold up. It's Zombo in the Haas. We're gonna watch Zombo go through and set the fastest lap ever, hopefully. Since it's the start of the stream, I want to welcome our one of our usual F2 commentators, Julian.
Yes.
Big round of applause for Julian.
Thank you, thank you. It's gonna be the most serious commentating ever.
Julian is Aston Martin TP, so he's gonna be mega biased in this commentary.
No, I'll try not to this time.
Well,
Keyword
struggling.
try, right?
What?
Keyword try. No, keyword
Oh,
try.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to be biased, but
Tesla says, "Oh no, Gizmo is commentating." Oh, Tesla didn't make it, but he's gonna watch. That's fun. Yeah. By the way, Torin and Tomo are wonderful, amazing, talented commentators. Couldn't make it for this one. However, I did hear from them that they're gonna make it for round 4. So you're not gonna have to put up with me and Julian for that long, unfortunately. So we're just gonna do a more chill, hangout commentary today, and then next week the TNT are back with their explosive energy for Silverstone GP, right?
indeed. As vodka spun, I think, on his outlap, which is not ideal, of course.
Vodka. Oh, and now he's letting people through. That's always awkward. Zombo on a hot lap, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Unless he gave up. The 1 week I'm away and Gizmo is commentating. the 1 week Tesla can enjoy the TNT commentary that we're commentating. By the way, if you could just tell us in chat if audio is good and if Julian isn't too quiet or if I'm not too quiet, that would be great. Because we don't know for sure what's up with the audio.
19-0. Damn.
Leonard on provisional pole. Amazing.
Very great job.
Oh yeah, Zombo 19-7. We can probably do better.
Yeah, first lap in wet maybe, I don't know. Was this planned, the rain? Like, was
Colin
it
says, "Can I co-commentate?" Do we want a third commentator in here?
We
could do that.
I don't know how it's gonna work
Colin
out.
has experience from ACC.
Yeah, I guess then it could happen. Like, it could be nice, yes.
You know what? Let's do it, because it's always like less talking for us. I think that's
Yeah,
gonna be
and
good.
we are like both co-commentators, basically.
Let's do it.
Yes.
I just gave him the role. I'm gonna say hop in. Cringe. If any of the audio levels are wrong, try to just adjust them on the fly. With Colin, I mean.
Alex, almost crossing the line now.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello, hello.
How are you guys doing?
Very good, you?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Nice, nice. Alex jumps to P3, very good.
Okay, great stuff. I can watch along. That's good.
Oh, did Cringe share the screen?
Yeah, he did.
We could also just get you into the lobby, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, because then you'll be a car, and that's annoying. Yeah, let's not do that. If we do a lobby restart, we can let you in as a spectator.
Nah, don't do that. Only if something goes wrong with the formation lab and whatnot.
Yeah, if the formation lab messes up, then we can get you in, because there will be a lobby restart anyway then, right?
Yeah, it would be a shame if they have to restart just to get me in there. This is this.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Don't inconvenience the drivers too much.
This cookie goes up to P2, actually.
Colin, for those of you that don't know, Colin is the McLaren TP in SFR. He's the ancient one before he changed his nickname back to Colin Huggenberg in the
Yeah.
Discord. So we have Aston Martin TP in Julian and McLaren TP in Colin.
Yeah, well, hello guys.
So we just need a few more TPs in here, and we'll have a TP from every tier of SFR.
Yeah, that would be simply lovely. I'm not gonna lie.
Neutrals in chat says least biased commentators. You
Yeah,
could
we're
join
gonna
us
be
and be
fairly
Ferrari TP. That would be so fun. Speaking of Ferrari, FICO on pole right now, 17.5.
Yeah.
Is that a good time
I'm
on
not
wet
entirely sure.
Zandvoort?
But I did do have a chat with Kun as well, and he had shown me his pace in the dry, and he's extremely quick. So if he's like a couple of tenths off FICO, or actually more than a couple of tenths off FICO, that means that FICO still has an amazing lap done. I mean,
What is the expected dry time then? What did drivers do? I have no idea actually.
it depends. I think it's like mid eights, low eights, roughly. Something like that. I know that Kun is probably looking at low nines, probably.
Fair.
But I'm not entirely sure what the other guys are doing.
Oh, we have another unbiased commentator. Nice.
Oh,
Great. This is gonna be the most serious commentating session ever.
I mean, we have to make something to make it stand out with since we're kind of competing against Torin and Tomo. So.
Yeah, indeed. You're right.
I mean, you can't be saying I'm not fair to the Ferrari drivers because, you know, Joe and myself are friends, and same with Lennart, and same with.
Yeah, you're rooting for FICO, aren't you?
Well,
It's not just the McLarens that you want to
I
win.
think it's difficult because I do consider Ruletorn a friend as well. But then again, I've met FICO, Lennart, and those guys already a couple of times in real life. So yeah, I'm rooting for an amazing fight, amazing battle for the win. I think that's the best for everyone. I think, and
Yeah,
nice racing.
it do be.
I mean, you don't have to ask me who I'm rooting for personally. But like, of course.
It's probably for Merkunj, but he isn't driving, so.
All I want is a fair race and that Ferrari get a 1-2.
That's
It's
Ferrari
not gonna
TP
happen.
chipping in, by the way, neutrals.
I feel like that Ferrari.
Oh,
goes-
sorry.
What do you mean, sorry?
I'm biased.
No, it's okay. I'm just gonna treat this like a podcast, and I'm gonna be the mediator. I'm just gonna like tell people who's talking. Colin Huggenberg, 20 years old.
Wait, how much? How many years old?
I don't know how old you are. I just made something up.
Yeah, I'm 18. I'm 18.
Okay. Colin Huggenberg, 18 years old, professional history YouTube man,
Oh god.
part-time F1 commentator.
Former Formula 2 world champion.
Testwell in the chat says 3 ads in a row. I mean,
Nice.
I would be sympathetic, but that's kind of a good thing because that means we're getting money.
How about just
Fair.
use Amazon Prime and Twitch subscribe using that?
Oh yes, yeah. That's a very
Yeah.
good point.
Use
Please subscribe to the channel. Please follow the channel if you're not following. I would also appreciate it if everyone who's like watching who likes the league would tell all of their friends about SimHaven, and
Yeah,
at least make them check out the website, which is simhaven.org. It's a really pretty website.
Yeah, or
You can put it
At
in
least
your
at least
bio.
do that.
you know, when we have an
Thank you.
endurance race, just come and swing by and say that we're the best, obviously.
Yeah, all of SimHaven is cool,
Yeah, yeah.
not just SFR.
Yeah,
Simhaven.org is gonna have all of that, so just head on to that website.
Cookie is now
And
on
also
a very
subscribe to our
fast
YouTube
lap,
channel,
by
okay.
the way.
Boogie.
He's improving like 1 second or more after 2 sectors.
Is it dry? Oh, look, yeah. I was gonna say, is it drying out? And then
yeah.
I saw DRS enabled on screen.
Yeah.
They only had 5 laps of 5 minutes I say of rain, and then it just kind of stopped, at least according to.
Because you knew thanks to your drivers what the exact weather will be from the forecast, right?
Yeah, so they were like, I was talking to Kun for a little while just before the race because I actually had something different planned, but I was planning on swinging by with Alex and Kun, and the other guys sometimes when I had time. But they were telling me that they were debating if they were going out on slicks, so just waiting until it was dry enough, or they just drive a couple of laps for fun, because they did do practice in the wet, and I assume that most drivers have done that. So of course it's a bit of a shame if you're practicing in the wet, and then it just all of a sudden already gets drier, you know?
Yeah.
But then again, it's a massive risk to take, especially at Zandvoort. I mean, with all these high curbs, all these fast speed corners. I mean, I believe Vodka already on his first lap, out lap, he had a bit of a moment there at Schijfvlak. It could be quite treacherous. So it's like, do you really want to do it? How confident are you in your abilities to keep the car on track? And well, as we have already seen in the last 10 minutes, thus far it actually went quite well, so props for them. And you can also see like a couple of drivers decided to stay in the boxes. Max Martin, Arjan, Big Sauce, Taco, and Luke only going for either outlap or, you know, staying in the boxes. So
That's
yeah,
them just not bothering with the wet weather at all, right?
yeah, exactly.
Which is fair because it seems completely dry now as Vodka almost spins into the pit lane.
You can see Zombo setting a lap on Inters still. That's
Yeah.
just to get extra practice, I would assume.
Yeah, just getting those laps in. But I mean, that it's dry right now and that it's like, I believe, planned dry for the race isn't meaning that it's going to be completely dry for the entire race, right?
Yeah.
So still getting these laps in, especially in changeable conditions, is very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. I probably, personally, if I was still driving, so like 2 seasons ago, I think, or one, I probably would have chosen to stay in, because I think it's a massive risk to just go out there, especially on these conditions. But I think I remember a moment in 2021 when it was raining in Q1, and me and a couple of guys, I think it was Leonard, Fico, we just all went out on slicks while it was like heavy raining. It was absolutely hilarious.
Some comedy content.
Yeah, for sure. Good
Hope
memories.
we streamed that.
Big Sauce is out on softs. That's interesting.
Big Sauce.
I mean,
Oh,
it
yeah, there you
seems
go.
completely dry now, right? Or like,
Yeah.
am I?
I think I'm not sure if that applies to this game, but I think in the previous game the rule was if it says DRS enabled, then slicks. If it's disabled, then wets, right?
Yeah.
Or inters. So I believe that's the rule for this game as well, right?
Yeah,
I
it should
don't
be.
think they changed that.
Yeah.
But
So Big
it's
Sauce
very,
definitely.
it's very interesting because the DRS zone got extended here. And what you could also see yesterday in the Formula 2 race, overtaking has gotten a lot easier. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go now because, well, you have the ERS systems, you have the more dirty air levels, you know. But I do think that to a degree it's going to be more enjoyable actually to watch the race with the extended DRS zones and as well with the banking. So
Yeah, definitely.
Looking forward to that. Any of you have quali related sponsor goals that you're eyeing to catch here? Or is that not a thing? Because I don't remember your sponsor goals for this season.
okay, so I got the top 12 in sprint race. We already achieved that one, so that's good.
Oh, that was quick.
I think we got like a top 6 constructor, I think it is.
Oh, so
Claire?
no quali, no
No,
Q2 ones. Okay.
Yeah, I was just recalling it out loud. Sorry.
I think Williams has a Q2 in their Q2 or something like that in their sponsor goals.
Yeah, but they probably already have
Not
done that one with Luke. Lucas.
Yeah, they had that amazing thing with Luke happen. In round 1, Luke got P5, right?
Yeah, Luke is a monster. I mean, nothing but respect for that guy. He is incredibly quick, especially in, well, they're both. I mean, in career, if I recall correctly, it's like 7th fastest. But I also heard that career isn't very representable to what is going on online. So
Based on our analysis, it's 9, right?
9th, okay.
But based on SFR's like official grading or whatever you want to call that. By the way, Big
Yeah.
Sauce setting the first dry time. so to say. 10.0. Everybody else still on the wet times, as we have everybody else going on out on softs now. After Big Sauce cleared the way.
What is interesting though?
Big Sauce has always been an innovator.
Yeah, that for sure. Sometimes just just trying to push the limits of the rules a little bit, but you have to appreciate that though. Trying to push everything. I mean, that's what they do in real life as well. When you take it to the regulations, right? Formula One teams trying to push it, and when you have someone with a lot of what's the right word? Creativity to how to interpret the rules. It's always fun to see where they can take that, right? And
Yeah.
and that's definitely Big Sauce, in my opinion.
Yeah.
By the way, we were talking about the performance analysis. Just to quickly recap, because I checked the thing. Yeah, Williams is 9th, and they're right behind McLaren in 8th.
Right.
AlphaTauri is the worst car in 10th, which
Yeah, to be expected.
that's obviously not the objective truth. It's just how we in SFR interpreted the game files.
Yeah.
But then again,
Because,
if you see what this season, and I would really like to highlight that thus far. I mean, what Dan has done in the McLaren. I mean, you guys say that's like the 8th fastest car, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
He took a couple of points in, and I believe the Austria sprint race, and he got a bit unlucky there in the main race. But yeah, I mean, he's done an amazing job so far, and Taco as well, trying to push everything out of the car, and I'm very happy with the two drivers thus far. So
Yeah, absolutely. And this season specifically, it seems like we have a lot of these standout performances in the slower cars.
yeah,
Luke being the most noticeable one, getting P5 in Williams, right?
yeah, of course.
But also, we have some cool. I think we have some amazing performances coming up from Cookie, who just got an academy seat through Julian.
Indeed.
You wanna talk about that situation, Julian, with Cookie?
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I know Pandis has been gone for quite a few weeks on vacation, so was one driver who instantly caught an eye, and that was Cookie in F2, of course. So yeah, that was a very clear signing to do like as academy. And Alex has been underperforming,
Uh-oh. Shots fired on stream.
but I mean, who knows? This is hopefully the weekend. We have in our sponsor goals a podium finish. So let's hope that happens. I'm not sure if it's possible, but I guess we'll have to see.
Don't you hear the Aston Martin team principal in disrespect that I was?
No, I'm not disrespecting. I like
Saying
Alex. He's
facts.
a great guy, but I just expected a bit. But it's still fine.
Underperformance.
It was only the first two races, so like anything can happen.
Yeah. I just want to note quickly, we haven't been paying that much attention because it is Q1, but Claude, Taco, and Waps are the drivers eliminated this round.
Yeah, I noticed.
So Alfa Romeo, McLaren, Williams, and it's only 3 drivers being eliminated because we have 2 empty seats today, and those empty seats are 1 Haas and 1 AlphaTauri. Testful and Benny, not a 10. And some people are replaced by reserves.
But to elaborate on the Alex stuff, I've had the pleasure to be his teammate in Formula 2 first season. I think it was from season 0 or season 1.
That was a while ago.
Yeah. I think it's in 2021, so like the first season. So 2021, maybe around November, December, roughly there, I think. And I do think he's a brilliant driver. Maybe it seems like he slightly is struggling still with the car, but he has a full season to adapt still. And yeah, I'm sure you will live up to your expectations, Julian, over the course.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know what he can do. Of course, of last season, I had him also at Aston Martin, so It will be fine. He just said like everyone is getting used to this game, and he has to get used to it as well. So it makes sense. Anyways, P7 for Koen in the McLaren, very impressive as well.
Yeah, definitely.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so Dan has his anniversary with his girlfriend for 5 years now, so congratulations to him, of course. So he couldn't be there today. And then a couple of days ago, he sent me a text, "Hey Colin, I found a reserve. His name is Koen. He's incredibly quick here, and thus far he has
You're
proven."
friends with Colin. We know that.
I mean, I actually didn't, because last game he was probably roughly as quick as I was, and he is drastically improved, and I'm very happy to see that. I mean, I saw his time trial times, and I believe he was around the same times of Leonard, who is in a considerably quicker car, and everyone knows how good Leonard is, so it's very impressive, and I do really
Leonard
hope.
also significantly improving this game compared to last
Agree.
game.
Yeah.
Then I'd say it's my standout driver this season over Colin.
If Luke didn't exist, Leonard would be the standout driver this season.
Yeah, like I said, Leonard is a incredible driver, and that's why Koen actually being that close in a car, which is, to be fair, is worse. I think it's incredibly impressive. But then again, we've only seen Q1. We still have to see the entirety of the entire weekend, so we just have to rail it down a bit,
I mean, he's not a quality merchant.
So that we're not shocked when there's a DNF from
Sorry,
I want to note quickly as well. I'm not saying Cohen was insane in last game. However, season finale of last season, Abu Dhabi, Cohen did capitalize on all that chaos and actually got the podium in an Alfa Romeo. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, he was rapid.
One
I mean,
of the
I
standout
think also
performances of the season.
Also, one of the reasons why he wasn't as rapid as he is now is I think he practiced not a lot last season, for as far as I heard. So, and this game he is enjoying it way more, and he's clearly having great pace. So, we'll have to have a look at that for sure. Big sauce spun, I think.
Yeah, I actually talked with Koen before the race. Yeah, he's going again, it seems. Yeah.
Oh, Big Sauce spinning as he's like about to enter the hot lap. That's awful for him.
Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. But
now that whole lap is ruined. That's really bad.
But yeah, before a couple of hours ago, myself and Koen had a chat, and he himself admitted that his stint at Red Bull and at Alfa Romeo, so last season and the season before that, were quite bad, he said, and that he had taken, well, what all happened back then, and well, as you can see, as we're going to see today, hopefully he's gotten a better driver out of it, and I'm very happy to see that. And if another team principal is not gonna pick him up, I'll definitely consider him for a seat next season. But currently I've roughly 4 or 5 drivers who I'm looking for next season, and with the hopeful performance patch coming in soon, we
Can we get some names real quick? I'm interested now.
This is not a spicy TP podcast.
Yeah, I need to know.
STPP, spicy TP podcast.
Okay, so obviously the first 2 drivers I will consider for next season a seat is going to be Taco and Dan Edwin. It just depends on how they're doing this season and how expensive they eventually will be. But those 2 are definitely the 2 drivers I will consider for next season. I just said Koen. I mean, again, P5 in front of an Aston Martin, it's just impressive in my opinion.
That's very impressive. Yeah.
Of course, with what Big Sauce just done, it's not very representable of what he can do, because he just spun out of Arie Luijendijk bocht. But yeah, he's still in front, So anyway, Koen definitely also a driver I will consider, and there are other 2 drivers currently, and they are currently in Formula 2. One goes by the name of Galaxy. He's a incredible driver. I had the pleasure of battling with him yesterday twice, actually. In the sprint race, we both had no wing and were just fighting, and even though we had massive amounts of understeer, it was still incredibly clean. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And in the actual race, I had the pleasure of going wheel to wheel with him when he was on the softs and I was on the hards. Of course, he did pass me, but it was fun. So he's one driver, and the other driver I will consider, even though he yesterday had a lot of bad luck, I will consider Ivan Haftekamp as well for a seat, and that's because I do know him already from previous series, and
Is that
I
the
know.
CRS person?
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's not because I know him, or because I'm friends with him, but it's because I know how quick he is. And yesterday when we were looking at qualifying, he was keeping up with FICO, and everyone knows how good FICO is, right? I mean, in that
Yeah.
Ferrari, only being 3/10 of that Red Bull on a high downforce track, and he was in the contention for the win on Austria and in Abu Dhabi. So I do think that Ivan as well is a quality driver. So if no one is going to pick any of those guys, I think I might be in a very luxurious spot there.
Fair.
So
Go on.
no, I have nothing to add. I have nothing to
Alright. Well, yeah, I mean, I get Galaxy and Elon for sure. I mean, I've known him from other series as well, and he's just like fast. Like, first of all, he's rapid, yes. Second of all, also clean, so that's also important, of course.
Yeah, it's some lovely battles with
being
Elon.
clean in F2 is everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, literally it is. Yeah. And that's why I'm also kind of interested in other drivers. Like, I think in Austria it was Jagu being quite good in F2.
Ah, yeah.
Very clean stuff, so.
Jago coming back to SFR after like 2 years.
Oh, really?
When he joined this season, I was like, wait, don't we already have you? And I checked the database, and he has 3 license points, like 2 seasons ago.
nice.
And yeah,
I think
I
you're
knew it was
definitely all
from-
right. It's one thing if you have a driver that's really quick. If you can't finish the race, it's not really much point in having him.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you're definitely right considering having a driver that is.
Which
Clean.
I guess the super license points are doing that job for you, because if they don't finish, then they don't get the
Exactly.
points. So the TPs don't have to worry about that at least.
I mean,
But
but
then
you
again-
still see difference between clean drivers or more on the edge drivers, of course.
Yeah.
There's some drivers that are. I'm not gonna name any people, but there's some drivers that sometimes go over the edge or on the edge.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I mean, if you just look at past seasons, right? We had some amazing title fights, in my opinion. I mean, some were somewhat more boring than others. I mean, when I was driving on the Red Bull against Kagoda, it was somewhat more clear that Kagoda had the edge over me, but we still had some beautiful battles. I mean, Spa comes to mind, Jeddah comes to mind, Bahrain comes to mind, and a couple of other races. And last season as well. I mean, Rulatorn and Kagoda, two amazing drivers as well. Extremely expensive. I won't be able to afford them next season, so that's why. But I mean, it's just amazing to see these guys on the top of their games, having these beautiful battles on track, and it's just, even if you're not driving yourself, it's just a pleasure to be able to watch, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah.
If
Yeah,
you
that-
don't find it mega pleasurable to hear my voice on Twitch, at least you can find it pleasurable to watch Kagoda drive. Yeah.
Exactly.
The excitement of this season, as last season ended very interesting with, of course, the
Yeah.
Kagoda Rulatorn battle. But this season it has also started very well with some fun battles. I think, was it Austria that had like a lot of overtakes, also some debatable moments, but of course that
I just remember the
SFR.
incident from Austria. Yeah.
Yeah, that's SFR, so like
Right.
And the contrast was insane, because then, I don't know if you guys realize, but from F2 Zandvoort we had 0 tickets, and in Austria we had like 29 or something insane like
Yeah.
that.
It's
And
actually
so
funny.
so far we had 0 tickets from F2 Zandvoort, and the deadline is up now. So
it went
oh
really
wait, no,
quick.
it's up in like 2 hours. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, with
So,
F2, it definitely wasn't clean, at least for what I saw. I saw, especially on the feature race, I got clipped on my left rear by someone, but I look back at the incident and it seemed like a racing incident because Henry was pushed off the track, so he was pushed off right to the left. Henry wanted to rejoin because, well, if you stay there on the grass, you're going to retire anyway. And the guy next to me, he was at my left rear tire, and he was kind of squeezed there, so he understeered into me. I spun, and then Henry had to dodge someone else, and then we all collided in the wall. So the fact that that is in the ticket is very interesting to me. But then
I
again,
mean, the policy here is you didn't report it, so you can't hold it against us. That's the,
no,
that's
no,
the
yeah,
policy.
exactly. The only thing I'm saying is I'm not saying that it should or shouldn't have been reported because I think it's like lap 1, you're always going to expect carnage, right? But I'm just
Yeah.
surprised that it isn't reported. If you
fair.
know what I mean.
Oh,
By
I
the
was
way,
very
cool
surprised that there was zero
P3,
kills.
right lap. Just saying.
Yeah, definitely,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, P3 provisionally. Oh.
We're just having
Yeah,
a,
we have a Mercedes driver in the risky zone right now, the danger zone.
yeah, big sauce. But that was from the lap he spun. But he is already going out on track already on his out lap.
Yeah.
So if he spins again, he can just recharge and do another lap, which is very smart. I probably would have done that myself as well. As
I'm
we
gonna
FICO retire, which
Let's
is
watch Big Sauce improve here.
Must
Yeah,
be happy
FICO,
with his lap time.
FICO may be just confident in the lap time.
yeah. It's most likely. I mean, they need to improve like a full second in order to knock out FICO.
I'm gonna apologize to Alex real quick if he hears this. I take my words back.
I mean, you said he underperformed. You didn't like completely poop on him, so
Yeah. I mean, I expected more. That's the right thing
Yeah.
to say. But still, he's doing good now, so it's fine.
we kind of made a podcast out of it. But you only said underperformed. You didn't like say, "Oh, I'm super disappointed."
Yeah, no. He's a great guy.
Well, I cannot see very well because my stream quality isn't very good. Just 1 second difference.
I can't see the numbers very well, but it's fine.
Like 1 point.
What do you mean?
It's gonna
What
just
difference
screen
between
change
who?
out. I can share my screen too. Hold up.
Difference between who?
I'm gonna help you out.
The 2 Aston Martin teammates.
Yeah, it is 1.1, I think. But Cookie is quite rapid, not gonna lie. So.
I
Oh, yeah.
shared my screen as
Oh,
well,
I
just to
agree.
help you guys
Cookie
out.
is
Thank
really
you.
quick.
Oh, thank you. I can now actually see the times. That's beautiful.
As long as he goes through to Q3, I'm happy, to be fair.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
quality's all
definitely.
about.
But then again, I know Alex. I've driven with him, and I think his best quality overall is being a driver. Is being like selfless, if you know what I mean. He can, if he sees that his teammate has a better chance at doing something, he doesn't really mind, at least for what I've seen, to put the team in front of himself. And that driver I find extremely important and also quite rare. And I think if you have that ability to see like, okay, my teammate is maybe a bit quicker than me, I want to hold him up, or he is a bit quicker than me, I just let him by. I think that's a beautiful trait to have.
I think you're right. I think it just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
If it's a title fight, I don't think anyone's going to do that.
I mean, he's just the main reasons why I signed him is indeed he is like that, but also he's just very clean. He never wants to crash anyone out. He always leaves 100% space. It's just perfect clean driver, and that's, in my opinion, he's one of the most clean drivers in this league. So that's also a good thing to have, of course.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, they're like, in my opinion, when I look at this grid overall, and I had some experience with most of these guys, I think that this entire grid overall is pretty clean. I'd say there are like 2 or 3 guys which, well, I wouldn't say aren't clean, but they're like a bit dodgy sometimes, you know?
Yeah,
I wouldn't trust them to go wheel to wheel with.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I find them a bit scary, but overall, I'd say
They're all
that
clean drivers.
that's clean. Most of these guys are clean.
Oh, by the way, FB eliminated. He invalidated that lap.
Oh, rip.
Ooh.
FB's out in Q2. He's not going through in Q3. Drama.
Unfortunate.
Okay, how about Zombo? Zombo still has a chance. P14, but on a hot lap.
That's actually very surprising because currently Leonard is actually in P8 only.
Yeah.
With a 09.8. I believe Dan did that in time trial as well. 09.8.
Alex
When you say in
is
time trial, you also mean in a realistic performance McLaren, right?
Yeah.
Let's
But
see
Dan,
what Luke
Alpine
can
getting
do.
ratioed by McLaren.
yeah, I mean, Kun is doing an amazing job. I'm very happy that he is driving for me. And yeah, if any team principal sees this from a good team, I would honestly say that give either Kun or Luke a chance because both of these drivers are fucking amazing.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, let's see what Luke can do right now on his lap. Can he knock Max Martin out or Big Sauce maybe? As Alex couldn't improve, sadly. P11. P9 for
Ooh,
Luke.
and Luke gets P9, yeah.
Really
So
solid.
Beating the Mercedes.
yeah, I mean, I just got a message
Dang.
from Kun actually.
Oh,
And,
what do you say?
Yeah. He said, "Oh man, I got Q3. I'm so happy that I was able to get Q3." So he's ecstatic, if that's the right word for it. And yeah,
Oh, he said that in Dutch because that sounds like a translation.
yeah, I was translating. But yeah, he's just very happy with it, and and I'm happy with it as well, as you might expect.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, let's see who's out. I mean, Zombal Ixius? I'm sorry, is that
Yeah.
Polish? name?
Igzish is a Polish AlphaTauri driver.
Ah,
What's
right.
a
Yeah.
sound?
Okay, so FB, Alex, and Max are currently out. Aren't there guys you guys maybe didn't expect to be out, or is this what you guys roughly expected?
I think it's what
Oh.
you'd expect, to be honest.
I'm never expecting
It's-
FB to get knocked out Q2 in Alpine. That's a way too good of a car.
Well, I think it's always quite difficult because the top 10 drivers are always pretty close
Yeah,
normally. So it's quite hard to tell. So it's not entirely on.
but I do like to defend FB here a slight bit. I mean, if you compare to Leonard currently, he is about 5 to 6 lengths behind. On most race weekends, he is roughly that behind. So it's not that the FP really underperformed to what he does normally, but it's more that the Alpine actually doesn't look that good here. I mean, it's a very high-speed track. I'm not entirely sure how Alpine does on the other tracks, but I mean, if you could see at Abu Dhabi and at Austria, the car performed better. So I expect this to be actually a worse track for Alpine.
Oh yeah, that's a fair point. That cars, cars are track dependent. Obviously,
Yeah.
Alpine, if I remember correctly, not a lot of downforce, and this is not this isn't exactly Baku. This track,
Yeah.
so
Put some respect on his name.
yeah.
But I mean, I understand what you say. I mean, 6 tenths is still a massive gap, but then again, Leonard is an amazing driver. So it's a bit like a Max Verstappen in the team, and then with someone else, they're always going to have a tough time. When I mean, I've been driving with Leonard for at least 5 years now in sim racing. I know how good he is, and I know how difficult it is to be his teammate because he's so fast, and it doesn't help your confidence as well. So yeah.
We have some insight from the chat here. FB perhaps hearing us taking the shots at him, saying, I invalidated my actual flying lap. This is my second warm-up lap with half of it without ERS. I hate this track with this car. That's what FB said in chat.
Yeah, Leonard said the same. He said that the car is very difficult on this track. So
Nice of the drivers to tune into the stream as well.
yeah,
Thank you for watching, drivers. Please follow the stream and sub us on YouTube. We're putting the VODs on YouTube now as well.
I'm sorry if I go back too much with like the what the other guy said in the other chat.
Oh no, it's good to
Just trying to give.
have insight.
Yeah, exactly. But not that I'm.
SFR is all about that deep knowledge.
See, do we think? What do we think about Rulton here? Do you think he's gonna do a match with Verstappen and win every race of the season? Because at the moment,
No.
Oh,
he's actually been on top every race, and it
My
looks like he's always had it undercover. That Red Bull is really quick.
I think it's a bit difficult because, in my opinion, Max Verstappen currently is the best driver on the grid. But when you look at SFR, I think that Rulatorn is the second best driver on the grid. But that's mainly because I really just think that Kagoda is probably the best driver in this entire league.
You could argue it's similar to real life. I think Lewis Hamilton is still the best driver in it.
I mean, if you we're not
we
gonna.
have ratings now in F1, so it's not that controversial to say Rulatorn isn't the best driver because Rulatorn's rating is 4 stars and Kagoda's is 4.5 stars.
And that's the way.
I didn't even notice.
What? My game just alt tab.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. There we go. I thought my game crashed, but no, it's just alt tab. We're all good. I don't know how that happened, but it's all good.
I think it's a bit difficult to rate Lewis in real life. I think currently he's the
I know what
second
you mean.
driver. Alonso had a beautiful start, of course, of the season, but he dropped back a bit and had a bit of a mistake there at Spa, and I haven't seen Lewis do that. But I think that overall, with raw pace, Verstappen still is the best since 2021. But that's my opinion. I might be biased because I'm
Everyone's got opinions.
I'm currently actually wearing a Verstappen cap I bought on Spa, so I might be a bit biased.
Either way, I'm counting on our Ferrari drivers to take the title from.
Yeah,
Vodka with the pole.
yeah,
This is what
Vodka.
we all expected.
Yeah, then again, he's driving a Red Bull, right? He's, in my eyes, a bit of Sergio Perez of the series, and it might be a bit harsh, but I believe even the Red Bull
I
team.
think you would agree.
Yeah, but I think even the Red Bull team principal said that they were like, yeah, I wanted one fast driver and one not so fast driver. If I recall correctly, that's what I heard at least. So yeah, it's to be expected. The Gardner.
Again, not to say anything negative about the driver, but Vodka's rating is 2.5, I believe.
Right.
So that's way lower than Willator. So it's very clear, like what's going on in that team with the number 1/number 2 driver situation, right?
Yeah.
And usually it would be it's kind of mean to say stuff like, oh, that driver is not that good, but with the rating system, we can just be like, Vodka's rating is 2.5 stars, and then it's fine. I'm just talking about the objective value. It's cool. Yeah.
The only thing I find difficult with the official ratings is that it doesn't always, at least when I was still driving. I'm not sure if it changed.
Oh, they changed that a ton. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Completely different now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't really, at least for what I think, it doesn't really account for bad luck. So, for example, if someone else made a mistake and you get damage, bottom damage,
Yeah.
the pace goes
That's
down.
gonna hurt your race back.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can't really assume the driver sort of,
Yeah,
doesn't have
it would be
time
inconvenient to
have the
calculate for
race.
us. That's why the way it is, right?
Yeah.
However, we did with the new rating system that went in after Connor left. We did address the fact that luck exists because we named one of the stats karma, and we're like, yeah, if you
Right.
get lots of DNFs, that doesn't mean that you have low control because the incidents may not be your fault. So we're gonna say you have low karma. So we got around that way.
Right. Yeah, I mean, personally, I base everything off experience. So, for example, I've driven with Kagoda, Rulatorn, Koen, Lennart, Big Sauce, and Fico on this grid. So I'm not really giving my opinion on drives like Cookie or Aryan, for example, because I haven't really had the pleasure of fighting them.
If you base everything on experience, you're not gonna land on the sun. That's what a NASA scientist once told me.
Yeah, of
So
course.
sometimes you need to predict and calculate.
Yeah, of
That was
course.
a real quote, by the way.
I mean, yeah, it sounds very
This
scientific.
guy here with the Joe Rogan fact.
Joe Rogan. Okay.
Yeah, I understand your point. Okay,
I
so
don't
this
wanna.
first.
I don't want to bring Joe Rogan up in these. That's the quality of the stream just dropped by a lot. Just by ordering that thing.
Warning: controller disconnected on the stream.
What? Oh no! Cringe.
Yeah.
Fix that thing. It's okay. He's gonna fix it super fast. I think.
Great stuff. Yeah, let's just leave Joe Rogan out of this. I think that's for the best for everyone.
Damn you, Joe Rogan, for ruining SFR.
Banned from SFR forever, just like Andrew Tate.
Yeah. Andrew Tate is banned from SFR. How did you know?
Hey, there
Uh,
was like a whole meme about Andrew getting banned everywhere, and then also like SFR, we're gonna ban him as well.
oh yeah, I think we even did that. Yeah. It was a
Yeah,
while
yeah.
ago though. So.
Yeah.
FB in the chat saying instead of making people hate you for saying it, that was about the driver criticisms. He said you just say blame the stat creators, and that's because FB is actually on the ratings team, and he's one of the people who designed the ratings right now.
All right.
That's
yeah.
so right now the people who are in charge of ratings are FB, the Alpine driver, and Invite, the Mercedes TP.
But so is that why he has a higher rating than me?
Okay. So
No,
quick,
I'm kidding.
There you
guys.
go.
Sorry, FB.
Nah, I went in there and made sure they were kind of being objective. I
so
checked.
this is everyone after the first run. So let's just do a quick rundown.
Oh yeah.
Because everyone's second run is going to start. Who are the outliers, guys? Who are the outliers? It's like guys you didn't expect to be there.
Cohen.
Fair enough. Yeah, he did an amazing job.
Mostly Cohen and
Koen,
Luke because of the car.
Big Sauce? No, that's also a joke. That's also a joke. I'm sorry, Big Sauce. No, I did expect him with the car, but I mean, yeah, Koen. But Luke, you expect it now after the two great results,
Yeah,
you know.
definitely. Yeah.
So
I think
I think only Koen.
I think it's very interesting to see Kagoda ahead of Fico currently. But then again, just Kagoda brilliance with the Mercedes, and of course, yeah, Koen.
Only 3 tenths behind Lula.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, Koen with a 09.2. I think he might, with a bit of luck, he can go into the 8s, maybe attack Vodka, but it then again depends on how much time Vodka has and how Koen will deal with the pressure, of course. But then again, he has Lennart behind him, and he is no slouch either. So I think we have a bit of a treat here in the last 3 minutes.
Oh yeah. Cookie in P4 ahead of a Ferrari.
Yeah.
By the way, since we were talking so much about ratings, I'm just gonna quickly also note Aryan. Kogoda isn't the only person with 4.5 stars. It's also Aryan, the Ferrari.
Really?
He somehow, as an academy driver, managed to earn the 4.5 star rating last season without a permanent seat in the academy seat. So
In fact,
that's
he did
pretty
do a
epic.
really good job last season.
Yeah, he was amazing last season.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kogoda and Aryan, the only two drivers with 4.5 stars.
What is my rating actually? Or I'm not rated?
You're not rated because you were driving to, before we got the
Yeah.
new ratings.
Right.
The only drivers that are rated are certain people
We
from
did
season
consider
1.
heavily having like some kind of legacy rating
Yeah.
because that would be fun, but we never got to do that because it's extra work.
Ah,
Not all ideas can make it, sadly.
I want my 4-star rating, guys. God damn it.
I'm gonna make this stream spicy. Why am I such a shit rating, man?
What's your rating again?
I think it's like 2.5 or 3.
Oh well, the honest answer is I don't remember. So.
I got
I
like
think that explains the rating.
I think I got a lot of like it said like that I had a lot of penalties while I was involved in no incidents for as far as I know. But I don't know.
Yeah, but
Anyways, I'm TP either way, so I don't
TBH,
mind.
I don't know either. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Your rating is from 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
I
true.
have no idea what's going on.
Gizmo petition to give the team principals with a higher rating more money.
Oh, like with a higher driver rating?
Yeah.
Hold on.
If I have a Jesus Christ, if I have a higher driver rating, I get more money.
No,
I
no,
like
but-
that idea.
No.
guess
I
one-
don't like that idea. I don't like that idea.
No, I like the idea.
No. The better idea is TP ratings instead of driver
Oh.
ratings.
And those are based on driver opinion. That's how we do it.
Yeah,
You
that's
just have to
bad.
have everyone like you.
But then the people that hate the TPs, like I'm hated quite a lot, of course.
Oh,
Then
no.
then they're gonna like all vote 0 on me, of course.
Big Sauce will be starting P10 on the grid.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. How people feel about me, but I don't really mind.
Kogoda highest placing P3, dropping to P4 now, overtaken by Fico. Fico in P2 provisionally.
Aryan as well, no? Aryan was behind him.
Yeah, overtaken
No,
by Aryan as well.
You made a mistake.
Oh,
I just
Leonard,
meant overtaken right now by Fico because Aryan was already ahead of Kogoda. Right?
Leonard up into P6.
Oh, it was just Aryan. I'm sorry. I messed up. Leonard P6. Is there some impeding going on, or are all those drivers?
I think they're all on inline.
Aryan looks to be on a new map. I hope he didn't get impeded something there. Rulatron getting the pole position. Aryan cannot beat Rula anymore. That's not a hot lap.
I think this
So
is it. This is it, guys.
this is it. Yeah, Rula starting from pole, just like I guess everyone would expect this driver with this car. Fico and Aryan right behind them. Second row is topped off by Kogoda. Vodka in P5, Leonard P6, Cookie P7, Cohen P8 in the McLaren. Williams made it to Q3 and P9, and Big Sauce will be battling the Williams at the start from P10. Should be an easy kill for Big Sauce, I guess.
Well, it depends. I mean, Big Sauce overall, you know. Yeah, he's generally, in my opinion, at least from what I've seen, he's better in qualifying, but it just depends on how he feels in this game, right?
Mm-hmm. You mean Big Sauce is better in qualifying? Is that what you're saying?
In my opinion, he kind of is, yes.
Okay.
For what I've seen.
And who?
Big Sauce.
Big Sauce is better in qualifying than in the race, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because from what I've seen,
Can I just quickly say, if you're watching on YouTube, this is the end of this video. We're gonna have a race video also next to this one, so just look around there. The race video is should be coming right up on the YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. That's the end of the YouTube video.
That's